own 50% of the wealth of the country, while the Guptas own less than 1% of the shares on the JSE. The Constitutional Court hearings into the powers of the Public Protector will get underway in Johannesburg today. The economic freedom fighters and the Democratic Alliance will argue that President Jacob Zuma must comply with the Public Protector's findings that he is obliged to repay a portion of the money spent on non-security features at his Nkandla home. They have rejected the President's proposal to settle the matter after the Auditor General and the Finance Minister determine how much he owes. Johannesburg authorities have given the economic freedom fighters permission for 8,000 people to march to the Constitutional Court today. Now, for an update on the story, we now cross live to our reporter Aldrin Sampear, who's going to be covering the Constitutional Court case. Aldrin, a very good morning to you, and can you tell us what time is the hearing supposed to start?
Well, good morning, Elvis. The hearing starts at about 10 o'clock. That's when the Constitutional Court judges will be walking through and sitting on the benches and listening to the arguments that will be meted out by those representing the 6 parties that are part of this case. We have the President's legal representatives that are already there, as well as those representing the DA, as well as the EFF. And just quickly, just to show you what's happening outside the court, remember that EFF members are expected to march here on Constitutional Hill. We have a security detail, a lot of security officers around the area. We see that right now there was an Inyala that just passed with barbed wire to make sure that there is control of the crowd that's expected to be coming here. We expect thousands of EFF members, and as I can see right now is that the Constitutional Court falls under the Johannesburg jurisdiction, which means it is the JMPD that's supposed to make sure that the area is secured. But I see that they have called for reinforcement. They've asked the EMPD, which is from the Ekurhuleni municipality, to come and help out as they try and control the access to the area, as thousands of EFF members are expected. Earlier on, I saw some DA members as well coming through to the court.
Are there any ANC supporters in the area?
Well, unfortunately, no ANC supporters that we've seen. Earlier on, I spoke to the spokesperson of the ANC, Zizikotwa, and he said that they're currently in Cape Town. Remember that they are preparing for the State of the Nation address, which will be taking place on Thursday. So most of them in Cape Town. So chances are probably there might be some members of the ANC that will be coming through, but we have no confirmation whatsoever if any will be doing that.
Now, just briefly, Aldrin, now we know it's supposed to start at around about 10 o'clock, and we're going to hear all the arguments, but are all the parties present already?
Well, yes, we have the lawyers of the President, the legal team of the President. They're currently in the court. We also have the legal representatives of the DA as well as the EFF. We know that the Corruption Watch has also been granted access to make submissions in the Constitutional Court hearing. And then we'll have the lawyers representing the Office of the Public Protector. Remember that the Public Protector asked to be part of this case because she feels that whatever ruling comes of this case will have implications for office. We know what the issue is at stake right now is the arguments around the powers of the Public Protector, whether the Public Protector's office is equivalent to an ombudsman office, and whether remedial action that she sets out are just that, remedial actions. And I was indicating earlier on as well while speaking to Leanne is that what we should remember is that we had the High Court during the Hlaudi Mutwening matter, which ruled and said that actually the powers of the speaking on the powers of the Public Protector, saying that the recommendations that the Public Protector makes are not binding. Well, that matter was then appealed. So the highest court right now in standing that has ruled on the powers of the Public Protector is the Supreme Court of Appeal, which indicated that the powers or the recommendations of the Public Protector cannot be ignored.
Aldrin Sampear, thank you so much for that report. Now, Tomahole Moshlali is one of our other reporters at the EFF March, and he joins us now to give us an update on that march. A very good morning to you, Tomahole, and can you give us an update as to what is happening there?